Nestled deep within a forgotten valley lay the abandoned town of Hollowstead. Once thriving, it was now a ghost town, its buildings ravaged by time and silence. Only the wind carried whispers through the crooked alleys. Locals in nearby villages spoke of strange happenings. Howling in the dead of night, lights flickering in empty windows, and shadows that moved with purpose, but no source. But the most chilling tale was that of the Watcher, an entity said to guard the hollow with relentless malice. Those who entered were warned, do not look too long into the dark and never answer the whispers. 4 urban explorers, Alice, Jordan, Malik, and Sophie, decided to venture into Hollowstead for their latest YouTube video. Armed with cameras, flashlights, and a drone, they were eager to uncover the town's mysteries. The forest road leading to the hollow was eerie, with skeletal trees looming like sentinels. "I feel like they're watching us," Sophie murmured. "Who's they?" Malik teased. She pointed to the trees, their bare branches clawing at the sky. "The forest. It feels alive." The group stepped into the hollow. Silence enveloped them, so heavy it drowned out even their footsteps. The drone flew overhead, capturing the town from above. "Why is it so quiet?" Alice whispered. Jordan, the skeptic, laughed. "What did you expect? A welcoming committee?" But then they heard it, a faint murmur, like distant voices. It came from everywhere and nowhere. Drawn by curiosity, they approached a grand, decaying mansion at the edge of town. Its once majestic facade was now a skeleton of its former glory. Carvings on the door appeared to shift under their flashlights, forming grotesque shapes. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of decay. The wooden floors creaked beneath their weight, and the walls were adorned with faded portraits of people with blurred faces. Malik paused in front of a mirror. His reflection lingered for a split second longer than it should have, its mouth moving when his didn't. "Guys," he stammered, backing away. "We need to leave. Now." As they explored deeper, the whispers grew louder. Words formed, soft but insistent. "Stay, listen, watch." The group tried to stick together, but the mansion had other plans. Corridors twisted and stretched, leading them in circles. Alice turned a corner and found herself alone. In the dim light, she saw a figure at the end of the hall, a tall shadow with unnaturally long limbs. It didn't move but seemed to grow darker, its edges bleeding into the walls. "Who's there?" she whispered. The figure tilted its head, and the whispers surged. Reunited by sheer luck, the group stumbled upon a door leading to the basement. A sense of dread filled the air. Against better judgment, they descended. The basement was vast, its walls lined with shelves holding dusty jars filled with unidentifiable substances. In the center stood a ritual circle etched into the ground, its symbols glowing faintly. Suddenly the door slammed shut. The whispers turned into a deafening roar. Shadows poured from the walls, converging into a towering figure with hollow eyes that leaked darkness. "You should not have come," it intoned, its voice a cacophony of anguish. Panicked, the group fled the mansion. The forest seemed endless, paths twisting back on themselves. The whispers followed, now joined by guttural growls. Malik tripped, screaming as shadows engulfed him. The others dared not look back. When they finally burst out of the forest, only Alice and Jordan remained. They turned to see Sophie standing at the tree line, her face pale, her eyes empty. "Run," she said, her voice layered with the whispers. The uploaded video was a chaotic mess of distorted audio and glitching visuals. Comments flooded in, questioning its authenticity. But in one frame, something undeniable was captured. A shadowy hand reaching for the camera, its fingers impossibly long, and in the reflection of a cracked mirror, the grinning face of Malik. No one ever saw Alice or Jordan again. Every year, as snow blankets the small town of Everwood, an unspoken terror stirs beneath its icy surface. It's a place where Christmas is not celebrated, but feared. a town haunted by a sinister figure cloaked in crimson. They say he comes for those who defy the silence, leaving behind a chilling message carved in snow. This is the story of a vengeful spirit dressed as Santa Claus, and the curse that turned a season of joy into one of despair. In the quaint town of Everwood, nestled amid snow-covered hills, Christmas was once the most anticipated time of the year. Families decorated their homes with twinkling lights, children built snowmen in their front yards, and the aroma of freshly baked cookies filled the air. However, a shadow now looms over this festive season, casting a pall of fear and sorrow. It all began 5 years ago, during the annual Christmas parade. The streets were lined with jubilant spectators, eagerly awaiting Santa's grand arrival. As the float carrying Santa Claus approached the town square, a mechanical failure caused it to lurch forward uncontrollably. In the ensuing chaos, a young child named Emily was tragically struck and killed. The town was engulfed in grief, and the festive spirit was irrevocably shattered. In the wake of the tragedy, the town council convened and made a controversial decision. Christmas celebrations were to be banned indefinitely. No decorations, no carols, no festive gatherings. The intent was to honor Emily's memory and prevent further sorrow. But this decree left a void in the hearts of Everwood's residents. The following year, as December's chill set in, an unsettling event occurred. A local man, known for his disdain of the Christmas ban, vanished without a trace. In his front yard, a snowman appeared overnight, eerily bearing his facial features, a crooked nose, piercing eyes, and a familiar scar above the lip. The town was bewildered and frightened. Whispers of a vengeful spirit began to circulate. Each year thereafter, as the holiday season approached, another resident disappeared. The common thread among them was their desire to rekindle Christmas traditions, defying the town's decree. In each case, a snowman would materialize, mirroring the likeness of the vanished individual. Fear tightened its grip on Everwood, and the once joyful season became a time of dread. Legends of a vengeful spirit dressed as Santa Claus began to take root. It was said that this specter sought retribution for the town's abandonment of Christmas, punishing those who dared to defy the ban. Parents warned their children to stay indoors, and an unspoken curfew fell over the town during the holiday season. Determined to uncover the truth, a group of townsfolk banded together to investigate the disappearances. They pored over old records, interviewed witnesses, and set up night watches. Despite their efforts, the pattern continued. Each year, another person vanished, and another snowman stood sentinel in their yard. One fateful night, as snow fell gently upon the silent streets, the investigators spotted a figure clad in a tattered Santa suit, dragging a lifeless body through the snow. They pursued the apparition to the old town square, where the original tragedy had occurred. Confronting the spirit, they demanded an end to the terror. The ghostly Santa spoke, his voice a hollow echo, condemning the town for forsaking the true spirit of Christmas. Realizing that the banishment of Christmas had only deepened their sorrow, the townspeople vowed to restore the holiday's true meaning: love, compassion, and community. They lifted the ban, and for the first time in years, Everwood was adorned with lights and filled with joyous songs. The disappearances ceased, and the vengeful spirit was never seen again. The town had learned that the essence of Christmas resided not in the festivities, but in the unity and warmth shared among its people. Everwood learned the hard way that the spirit of Christmas is not found in decorations or parades, but in the bonds that unite us, even in times of sorrow. The vengeful Santa, once a harbinger of fear, vanished when the town reclaimed the love and compassion it had buried beneath its grief. Now, every twinkling light and every joyful song stands as a reminder that no matter how deep the darkness, the light of humanity can guide us back. But still, on quiet, snowy nights, some claim they see a figure in red watching from the shadows. Waiting. Everwood will never forget. But remember, the story doesn't end here. Some towns have their secrets, and some spirits refuse to rest. As long as the snow falls over Everwood, the question remains: will the past ever truly stay buried, or will Santa's revenge return to claim more souls? After all, there's one rule in this cursed town. Christmas may be gone, but it's never forgotten.